Hello, buddy. Crow back with some footage from the Midwest Gaming Classic in 2017. I didn't take too much footage this year, and here we have the entrance. I'm just gonna do some voiceover of some footage that I filmed, and yeah, this year's I filmed a lot of the same stuff was there again, so I didn't really film that much stuff. Probably 15 to 20 minutes overall, and this footage is going to be significantly less than that. So yeah, here we have the entrance, and over there's the vendor hall, the vendor tent. As you can tell here, the footage is being sped up 300%, just because if I played it at normal speed, this whole clip is about 3 minutes long, but if I played it at normal speed, it'd be full of it's very shaky cam footage, and I just kind of wanted to get a sense of how big the tent was, because I pretty much walked from the beginning to the end, and we'll wrap around here. I'll show off some of the pickups that I got at the end of the video, and it actually is more tolerable to watch if it's sped up. So yeah, just kind of walking through it. Again, it's the same setup as it was the last year and the year before that when they started putting out the tent. And here's some computer products I thought was a really good place to look at. I don't think I bought anything there because, but yeah, I did buy something computer related. I'll show that off at the end. Atari 8-bit, in fact. So we're coming to the end of this clip because I kind of slowed it down again when we got to the Windy Gaming booth, and they've kind of shifted their focus from importing stuff to making their own products. So they have this controller that they're going to be building. It's going to be compatible with multiple systems, built completely in the U.S. There's going to be a Kickstarter for it later. And here it is again. They have it out on display where you can actually play. I think they had it hooked up to Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It's called Project Fierce. There's going to be a Kickstarter for it later. I think the projected cost of that controller is going to be like $300. But holy crap, is it an awesome controller. Here we are in kind of like the main lobby area where there's some, just, you know, I don't know if it was casual gameplay or if this was like tournament related. And all of a sudden now we're teleported inside of the computer and console gaming room. So they had a bunch of computers and gaming consoles set up with a whole bunch of games. This used to be multiple rooms in past years, but the past couple of years they've taken over this room, and it was pretty much set up exactly the way it was last year for the most part. I think the light gun games may have moved to a different wall, but yeah, pretty much the same thing. This isn't sped up at all, but it's again, it's very hard to film in here. There's so many people, you keep bumping into things, but every time I had like a very abrupt camera shift, I kind of cut that out. Also, where you're just kind of stuck, you can't move because there's so many people. I think they do need to move to a bigger hall or something like that next, in the near future, because again, they kind of spread it out. You know, a couple of years ago it was like really crowded, but they kind of spread it out. They put the vendor area outside. That kind of freed up a lot of room. But again, this thing, I don't know if you want to consider a convention or not, is growing, and they're going to need a bigger hall sometime in the future, I think, because again, it's starting to get pretty tight in some areas. Again, here's more computers and games and stuff. I did find a game that I really enjoyed called Megumi's Rescue. And it actually has, I don't know what system it was on. It was like one of the early Sega systems before the Master System. And it had a paddle controller, and I think it was awesome. This was some podcast, and they were doing interviews with some people. This guy had a book, so they were interviewing him at the time. So yeah, the next scene is coming up here. This is down the hallway, just outside of the pinball and arcade game room. So I took some footage of that. Again, it was very tough. I'm lifting my camera up high because so tight, and I had to do that to even squeeze through. Here we go, right outside the hall, the gaming hall, or whatever you call it. These were the tournament machines that they were using, and then all of a sudden inside we're sped up again because I sped this footage up. It's again the gaming hall, very tight. There was a lot of times where you just get stuck and you're waiting for people to move so you can move. I saw a glimpse over here on the right. There's the Batman 66 pinball machine in Aerosmith. I do have some footage of that coming up shortly because I really wanted to play the Batman one, so I did. Again, I'm just walking through this really quickly and even sped up so as to minimize the shaky camera effect. But yeah, just to get an idea of how many machines were there. A lot. It's a Gottlieb Hollywood Heat machine that's kind of had a Grand Theft Auto back glass put on. I thought that was kind of cool, so I kind of threw that in here. And there's the Batman 66. This was at the Pinball Expo last year. I saw it, but it wasn't available to play. It wasn't completely ready yet. So my goal this year was to actually play it. And here I am filming it while I'm waiting to play it. It was pretty fun, I gotta admit. Pretty interesting to see Stern's new screen they put on them. Getting away from the DMD display. Finally, after 25 years of DMD displays, they finally upgrading to like a monitor. It was pretty fun. I didn't play the Aerosmith one, but I will in the future sometime. I filmed this because I thought it was pretty interesting. It's this I can't remember, home run game or whatever. Kind of reminded me of Slugfest, which was a game I used to play in the arcades back in the mid 90s, I guess, earlier 90s, I guess. But yeah, this has kind of got the same layout as older machines, even older than that, where the guys run around the bases. And then they had a zombie themed one too, and I thought that was kind of cool. I wanted to play it, but it just seemed to be taking way too long for people to play it, so I ultimately just walked away. I'll play it sometime in the future. But yeah, it looked pretty cool. Gizmo, it looks like a new startup or something like that is creating. So it looked really fun. I kind of wish I had a chance to play it, but again, I didn't. Skipping over here, this is where the Galloping Ghost area was. I didn't actually film too much in here. There were a bunch of arcade machines, but I really wanted to film these Mortal Kombat statues. They were all hand done. There's not too many of them. They're going to be taking pre-orders for them. They're like $400 each. The Q*bert ones were about $100 and something. The guy who played Johnny Cage, I know, was there, Daniel Pancina. And I think, I didn't see him. I saw the guy who played Johnny Cage, but I didn't see the guy who played Shang Tsung, and I know he was there too. And here, this is Star World's arcade. So yeah, there's arcade area there. They had a rubber chicken petting zoo because Svengoolie was going to be there later. I didn't actually stay around to meet him, but I guess you could have had the rubber chicken signed by him. If you don't know who Svengoolie is, he's kind of a Chicago area type Elvira guy, I guess. And that's it. Yeah, so that's all I really filmed. There was a little bit more I filmed that I cut out just for various reasons. It didn't was blurry. It didn't really make sense. There was some more stuff there. There were some speakers. They had updated the speaker area, so that was nice. But yeah, it was pretty much the same. If you go back in my videos, like last year and the year before that, I took much longer videos of the Midway Gaming Classic. And I really didn't film too much because almost all the stuff was there again. So I just kind of ran through with the camera, and that's what you see. So I kind of want to just show off a bit of the pickups that I got there. And the first thing I'm going to show off is the shirt. I bought this shirt here, Pirates and Planets, sci-fi action game. It's kind of like Metroid. I thought that was a cool shirt. I wound up getting this because my wife wanted to buy a Binding of Isaac t-shirt, and the t-shirts were $20 each. But if you bought two, they were 2 for $30. So I was like, yeah, I'll take that shirt. And she got her Binding of Isaac t-shirt, which I can't show you because I don't know where she put it. One of the first things I bought there, I was going around and asking people if they had Commodore 64 games or Atari 8-bit games, 8-bit computer games. And some people did, and what's funny is that either I thought they were overpriced or I had it already, but somebody had this. This is the tape recorder for the Atari 8-bit computer. It's the Atari 410. It's complete. It's got everything. I asked if it worked. He said, well, it worked the last time I used it. So that was good enough for me. And the reason I bought it is because I have one of these, but it totally doesn't work at all. And I never really had the opportunity to look into it to see why it doesn't work. So I figured this one looks like it's in a much better condition. So, and it's got the box, it's got the manual in there, it's got all the cables necessary. So, yeah, I bought it. Was label on the side said 35, but he said, yeah, I'll sell it to you for 25. I thought 25 was a decent deal for that. So, yeah. Other than that, I didn't really buy too much stuff. I had some stuff I was looking for specifically, but I'll just go through the stack. I was looking for, one of the things I have on my list that I'm looking for is Getaway for the Game Boy. Kind of like a Game Boy conversion of one of my favorite pinball machines. And so I kept looking through the Game Boy games. I didn't find it, but I did find this. This is Quark, and I always said that if I found this game that I would buy it, and for $4, yeah, I'll buy it. So I bought Quark. So it's a weird puzzle game for the Game Boy. I don't have that many Game Boy games, so maybe I should, I'm not that interested in a whole lot of Game Boy games. So, but when I saw this, I was like, yeah, and it was the only copy I saw too. Now, what's funny is I was asking somebody about Atari 8-bit games, and he had a couple, and I was going through them. I was like, yeah, I have this one, I have this one. I looked up this one. I was like, I don't know if I have this one or not. Minor 2049er, still wrapped up. Price is $10 in the end, but he gave it to me for $7. And I looked it up. I asked my wife, I don't have this game, do I? She's like, no, you don't have it. And I looked it up on my phone, and I was like, I couldn't find it. I was like, yeah, maybe I don't have it. So I bought it, and what's funny is I took it home, and I did have it. I don't know why I couldn't find that I didn't have it or not. But actually, the label on this one is much nicer than the one I have, so I'll probably use this one and sell the other one or give it away or something. So not a total loss there, but kind of disappointing that even though I have this game database thing, that I'm still buying duplicates of games. Was kind of thumbing through Famicom and Super Famicom games. Bought one Super Famicom game. I bought Rushing Beat, $6. I didn't think it was a bad price. The U.S. version of this is Rival Turfs, which is some of the worst box art and label art. So this is the version to get, the Japanese one. It looks much nicer. But I don't have Rival Turfs, but I'll buy that. I was kind of looking through some Famicom games, and I saw the Tower of Druaga, which I don't think had a U.S. release. I didn't bother to look it up, but it's a Namco classic. They keep putting in their Namco classics, and I don't think it had a U.S. release, so I figure I'd buy this for $6. Actually, I bought this one, and I paid $10 for them, just because. And this one, I had no clue what it was. And it took me forever. I had to do a Google image search to figure out the name of this one. And it is called Kaiju Monogatari. And it's an RPG, unfortunately. So I won't be able to play this. I took a chance on it. And I wanted to buy something I won't be able to play. Because it's a Japanese RPG. This was one of the first games I bought. This is also the most expensive thing I bought at the show. And I was kind of on the lookout for this because it was a game Metal Jesus Rocks picked up recently, and it kind of had reminded me that, oh yeah, people have told me that I need this game. It's so crazy. It's fun. And I was like, okay, if I find it, I'm gonna buy it. And I bought God Hand. So maybe when I get caught up with all the games that I'm currently need to be playing, I will pop this in and give it a shot. Yes, I paid $47 for it. I was kind of hoping I'd find it for cheaper, but honestly, this is what it goes for on eBay. So this was complete. This does have the manual. It does have the disc. I checked the disc. It's a really good condition. This is one of those ones that I've been looking for quite some time. I believe there was only one copy that I saw at the show, and I got in there earlier to look at the vendor hall. So yeah, it was like the first thing I bought. And then I had looked up my other games on my to-find list, and I actually found one other one, and that's Burnout Revenge on the Xbox 360. I do have this on the PlayStation 2, but Burnout Revenge on the Xbox 360 is supposedly the definitive edition. So when I found a copy of this, I was like, yeah, I'll buy it. I don't even know if $15 was a fair price or not. It was the only copy I saw, and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to buy it. So, yeah, got the manual, got the disc, and there you have it. Pickups video in conjunction with my very brief walkthrough of the Midwest Gaming Classic. I don't normally do pickup videos anymore. I do have a lot of other stuff that I have gotten recently, and maybe I'll just toss that at the end. I did get a couple limited run games, like literally the day before I went, so I haven't even opened these and looked them up. Got Pang Adventures for the PS4, Astebreed, or whatever. I did wind up getting a copy of Persona 5. Haven't played a Persona game since the first one, and people have been really talking up this Persona 5. And hey, it's a steelbook. I still got the 20% off for being Amazon Prime, so I went with that. So yeah, just a couple other things I just happen to have sitting here that I need to enter in my database. But there you go. We cut it a video. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time. Bye.